Hello and welcome to Eyes on Carnivore. My name is Sean, and if you're new here, I'm 57 years old and I've been reversing blindness with the carnivore diet. Good on me. Today I wanted to talk about MHD, mental health disease. And I had really bad news at the start of this week with a friend that passed away, and he had mental health disease, and I've got a number of friends that also suffer on a daily basis. And I really am wanting them to listen to the facts, listen to the stories, and perhaps listen to this video and share it with other people, because I think the information here would help. For most of my life, I was living in survival mode. I didn't really understand what it meant to be mentally healthy because I never had it. Anxiety was always with me. It started as early as 2 years old. I was biting my nails as a toddler. That constant tension and unease just followed me into adulthood. As I got older, life became more stressful. A demanding job, personal challenges and health problems began to pile up. In my mid-30s, I used drugs and alcohol to cope. They helped me feel better in the short term, but deep down, I knew I was just pushing the real problems down. Then in my late 30s, my eyesight started deteriorating. It wasn't just an inconvenience, it was career ending. At age 40, I had to give up my profession because I was diagnosed as legally blind. The doctors told me it would never get better. That was when depression set in. I didn't talk about it much. I kept a brave face, but inside I was sinking. By my 50s, things were worse. My vision had declined even further, and arthritis pain had taken over my body. The mental anguish grew heavier. I began having dark thoughts. I didn't want to be around people. I isolated myself. When I did see others, I couldn't wait for them to leave. Each day felt like the one before. Blurry, painful, and hopeless. I woke up with no energy, dreading the smallest tasks. My mind would latch onto worries and spiral into worst-case scenarios. I had panic episodes that felt like electric shocks to the chest. I couldn't make decisions without endless overthinking. I sought help. I saw my GP and a mental health specialist. I was eventually prescribed medical cannabis. It helped a bit, but no one ever asked about my diet or lifestyle. Antidepressants were suggested, but I never took them. I tried what I thought was healthy, a low-fat, high-carb diet with weekly swimming. I did intermittent fasting, just one meal a day, but during the day I drank coffee with sugar and milk. I wasn't really in ketosis because of my sugar intake. I tried mushroom powders like lion's mane and turkey tail, hoping for a mental boost, but nothing really helped. Looking back, it was like I was trying to patch holes in a sinking ship. And then I found the carnivore diet. I went all in, meat, salt and water. That's it. No plants, no sugar, no additives. Within 3 weeks, I noticed a shift. The constant background anxiety began to fade. My thoughts became clearer. The depressive fog lifted. My eyesight and arthritis pain started to improve. And with that came something even more powerful. Hope. I no longer woke up depressed. I stopped biting my nails. My panic episodes disappeared. Loud noises no longer startled me. Using the computer no longer triggered stress. I could think clearly and handle complex tasks. I could make decisions without ruminating. I wanted to be around people again. I even looked forward to conversations. And though I'm still often alone, I no longer feel chronically depressed. Food had been my comfort, especially sugar. But now I don't need that crutch. I sleep better. I don't snore. My dreams are calmer. I'm not saying I'm smarter, but it feels like my brain works better. I process things more efficiently. I can focus. Mental health isn't just about the mind, it's about the body too. That's why I believe so strongly in what Dr. Christopher Palmer and Dr. Georgia Ede are teaching.
Chronic diseases we face today, obesity, diabetes, fatty liver, all share something in common. They are, in fact, metabolic dysfunction.
Dr. Palmer is a Harvard psychiatrist who explains how mental illness isn't just a chemical imbalance, it's a metabolic disorder. His book, Brain Energy, lays out how dysfunction in our mitochondria, the tiny energy factories in our cells, can cause anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and even schizophrenia. His approach uses ketogenic diets to restore mitochondrial function. By switching the brain's fuel source from glucose to ketones, you reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. And with that, mental symptoms begin to improve, even disappear.
Ketogenic diets are really unique in this ability to energize the brain and body differently than other types of diets do. 64% of them left the hospital on less psychiatric medication. 44% of them achieved clinical remission from serious mental illness. These dietary interventions are powerful brain medicine.
Dr. Georgia Ede, a psychiatrist and nutrition specialist, explains how plant foods contain natural defense chemicals like oxalates, salicylates, lectins, and even trace toxins like cyanide and arsenic that can negatively impact brain and mitochondrial health. Common foods like almonds, apple seeds, flax seeds, and cassava can contain cyanide. Rice, apples, and even mushrooms may have arsenic. These toxins don't usually cause acute poisoning, but they can quietly damage mitochondria over time, especially in people who are sensitive. And it's not just the natural toxins. Ede also highlights how modern food additives play a major role in mental health. Dyes, preservatives, emulsifiers, and flavor enhancers are in thousands of products, and some are linked to behavioral issues, especially in children. Studies show that food dyes like red 40 and yellow 5 are associated with hyperactivity, impulsivity, and mood swings in some children. Many of these additives are banned or restricted in Europe, but still allowed in Australia and the US. Brominated vegetable oil, BVO, for example, has been banned in Europe and Japan for years due to its potential to disrupt the thyroid and nervous system. But it remained in popular drinks in the US and Australia until recently. We often overlook how heavily processed our diets have become. And yet food is the one thing we do every single day. If it harms our metabolism, our mitochondria, and our brain chemistry, how can we expect to feel okay? I didn't change my life by adding more supplements, more medications, or more therapy. I changed my life by removing the things that were harming me. No one told me this was possible. No one told me that just eating meat, drinking water, and consuming salt could transform my life. I'm not saying carnivore will fix everyone, but I am saying it fixed me. And there's emerging science that explains why. Dr. Palmer's research shows that these mental health disorders can improve on a ketogenic or carnivore diet. Dr. Georgia Ede has helped patients with eating disorders, ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, and more by simply removing problematic foods and focusing on nutrient density. We've been eating animals for millions of years. Modern food, just a few decades. So if you've tried everything else, why not try going back to the basics? Just meat, just water, just salt. Give it 3 months. See how you feel. If it helps, keep going, keep researching, keep listening. Most of all, keep an open mind. Because if you've been struggling with your mental health like I did for most of my life, you deserve to know there might be another way out. I know way too many people with mental health problems, older people and younger as well. It's a real shame. So please consider sharing this to someone that might get some benefit. Also, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, make it ring a ding ding. Leave me a comment and I'll catch you in the next one.